The stone house, or more fancifully known as the Witch's Castle, is a small building that sits in the middle of Forest Park in downtown Portland. The building itself, regardless of the name, does not actually have a particularly spooky history. However, the land around it, well, that's another story. Having traversed the Oregon Trail, Danford Balch, his wife Mary Jane, and their 9 children, in 1850, moved into the land that is now known as Forest Park, and decided to build themselves a home. Balch hired a man to help assist with this, named Mortimer Stump, who lived with them, and, unfortunately, fell in love with Balch's eldest daughter, Anna. Of course, a man like Balch did not approve of such a thing, and it was up to Anna and Stump to run off and elope in Vancouver before returning home a married couple. Balch, enraged, welcomed the newlyweds home by shooting and killing his son-in-law on the spot. This led to Balch's arrest and being the first person who was legally executed by hanging in Oregon. With such a tragic history, it is no surprise that both the Witch's Castle and Forest Park in general are considered to be quite haunted, with a large amount of paranormal activity, and some saying that they have seen the ghosts of both Mortimer and Anna Stump, as well as Danford Balch. Will we encounter any of these spirits tonight? Well, there's only one way to find out, so join me as we explore the Witch's Castle. Alright, well, this is my first time doing a paranormal investigation, so this should be interesting. My name's Christy. It's lovely to meet those of you who I've never seen before, or met before, even on the interwebs. So, this is the building, which did not used to be covered in graffiti, but it is now. Thankfully, I don't think we have anything too fancy written on it, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, and this is the hike. You can go up that way. And that takes you up to Pittock Mansion, which is somewhere else that I would love to investigate at some point. Or you can go down that way, which is where I came from, which takes you down to a little park and a very small parking lot that is thankfully open at all hours, with some really neat bridges and things that I took pictures of earlier as well. I'm hoping that we will get to see some owls tonight. That would be really neat. The Audubon Society actually owns a lot of this area, and I heard while on my trek here that there is a family of owls actually. Unfortunately, I did not manage to see them, which gives me a sad. But there's always hope. Neat. Oh, the eyeball's kind of interesting, isn't it? It's watching me, watching you. Little doorway here. The building is quite old, it's just this is not where any of the murdering happened, at least historically. I have no idea about more currently. I did not see anything when I was researching the area. So, I suspect the safety rail suggests that people are not very smart about their behavior up here. But, as my friends and I always say, safety third. So, it's not a huge place. Most of it's falling down. But it's really cool. I personally do not mind the graffiti myself. It is mostly kind of nice. Not all of it, but some of it. Nice arches. Gotta learn to zoom better. Practice. These are the stairs down the other end. Again, a lot of artsy stuff for the most part. To me, there's something kind of fascinating when a building is that level of covered in graffiti. And there's a nice combination of, that was my thumb by the way, of nature and humanity as the building falls apart and humans do what they will with it and make their own art, and nature tears it apart and makes something else beautiful and more natural with it. I kind of love that. But I am, an Oregonian, so it's part of it. Do not know, I've actually never been here before, so I do not know how many people will be having throughout the evening passing by. But hopefully some. You'll see that better once I switch over to dark mode. But for now, I'm just getting a little view. Spooky ooky in there. Looks like the kind of place that you would jump out at your friends during Halloween. Or, any other time of the year if you're really cool. Oh, that's really neat. Let's turn on some light. So, because this is actually a really cool little place. If you're into graffiti. Look, Mom, found a UFO. You wondered if they're real. Really something. Apparently they also like weird frogs. Oh, nice echo. But this is, I'm kind of surprised they haven't graffitied the floor actually. It's a very small little spot. More UFOs. Got an alien vibe going in here. I'm also hoping that there will not be a ton of bugs here. Because I did not bring bug spray because I am cool that way. I see a little better. Oh, there's a fun doggo. And more aliens too, but yeah, I recognize that one. Check out that guy. He'd be a friend. He seems like a cool friend. We got some rainbow stuff going on. It's Pride weekend currently here, so that's pretty apropos. And yeah, we'll come back when it's dark. Thanks. We do have a lot of animals, probably. I know I saw a big buck earlier, so I know we have deer. Not sure about wildcats. Mountain lions. That sort of thing. So we are fairly downtown. But in today's age, that doesn't mean quite as much. We do, in fact, get deer walking across people's front yards. Mountain lions in your backyard or on your walking paths by your work. It's actually kind of fascinating, but very sad because it means we're taking away their home and they're having to move into ours, which is not what they prefer. I mentioned earlier, but I don't know if it, but this area does belong these days to the Ottoman Society. Further up the hill, we also have Pittock Mansion, which is beautiful, and on a lovely day, it's about, I think they said 1,000 feet up, but you can see 5 or 6 mountains on a clear day there, which is really cool. I'm hoping to do an investigation there at some point. That'd be lovely. As far as I know, there are no murders or anything there, but there are rumors, and we can go with rumors. If nothing else, it's a beautiful place. And I'm talking a lot because I'm actually a little nervous. This is my first time. Like, can you imagine just somebody like, head right in there? Whoop. I have my backpack on, just in cases. So I do run into things. There's a beautiful creek down there. So you're gonna be hearing a creek. And cars. Possibly humans. Besides myself. Although, I beg to argue whether or not I qualify. That was me snuffling. Well, not snuffling, but quiet laugh. Nervous laugh. I can't tell if that's UFO or poo. Oh, well, based on the whole doomsday thing. Probably a UFO. There's a lot of that here. This stuff is pretty cool. I know, this has nothing to do with ghosts, but they'll let me know if they show up. This is done in shiny silver paint, which is really neat. I've seen pictures of this place without the graffiti, but meh. I did do some day shots, so you can probably see that. Those look downright cheerful. And happy faces. The faces are cool. Unless it's a creepy face through the window. I'm not trying to like make that happen. That would actually freak me out. I'd probably drop my stuff. And scream. Probably. People. And yes, those are undoubtedly living people. Here. What the hell? I'm gonna try and stay here for a little while, and then we will make our way back down the trail. It's just a cool little building. But not specifically where things happen, so, you know, could be anywhere around here. We will give any spirits or anyone. No, spirits. I prefer just spirits. A chance to come visit, say hello, let themselves be known. You know, chat us up if they want. That's my stomach. It likes to talk a lot too. My apologies, apparently it's in a mood. So any creepy, grumbly, demonic noises on my tummy. Sorry, you're gonna get a weird cut there, because my camera decided it didn't feel like recording anymore. Wow, hi Rock. It's not as creepy at all. Actually, contrary to what I've heard, the IR screen actually puts out a lot of light, so this is a little bit surprising. Not flashlight levels of light, but enough to make things a little bit awkward. Definitely not as clear as what you're seeing, but you know. My shit getting foggy. Look at my space bug yogi. No, not really. No. I'm hoping that's not Schmutz. Nope. Apparently that's me. I just glow. I'm so glowy. Yeah. Alright, so again. If Danford or Mary Jane Balch, or any of their 9 children, including Anna, who was Mumford Stump's wife, any of you wanted to come out and say hello? Maybe tell us what it was like living back when you did. I know you came from different states. You came through the Oregon Trail, which is a wonderful bit of history that we love here, but everyone knows how really, really hard that was. If you would like to come and talk to me, I'd love to know about it. It's something we all learn about in school here. I even have a game about it, including dying of dysentery. Yeah, thing. I'd love to know what your life was like. It was like having 9 children, Mary Jane. I don't know how you did that, but I'm impressed. How back then it would have felt to be a mother of 9 children and have your husband be a murderer and be taken away and hung. Be the first person legally hung in the state of Oregon. Because I'm sure that is not something that you wish to have had connected to your family name. And I read that your land, because of course at that time the land would have all belonged to your husband still, and because of the views on women. So the land was all broken up. I mean, it was a lot of it. So I'm hoping that you and your children still got some, and that they weren't completely awful to you over what he did. But did you and Anna grieve together? Because your husband did a terrible thing, but I mean, you'd been together a long time and been through a lot together, so it was still a tremendous loss, I'm sure. And your daughter Anna, whose husband died, and so you would have both lost men in your life at the same time and had all those children. Sound of nature is beautiful. And I love that a place like this, a park like this, exists in the middle of downtown. It's one of the wonderful things about being an Oregonian. I mean, it's wonderful. Nature's everywhere. Yes, there are pictures of me hugging trees. Mm-hmm. I will admit, I told my sweetie as we're leaving to get on the plane to go back home, because we're from San Diego, so I'm up here for the week. He just came up for his friend's wedding with me yesterday. I wouldn't even know what to do if something did happen tonight. This is my first investigation. I'm like, nobody, ever. Like, if something actually happened on my first investigation. Oh. You're like, could I even put it out? Like, I get smacked with that fake stick so fast. So fast. It's also a little weird because it was like, oh, if something pops up behind me. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm throwing such glare. I ate like 2 hours ago. I had a little bit of caffeine in the last half hour. I'm going to flip this just in case that's part of what's causing it. Because I can tell where I'm at. Actually, I can see better this way too. Thankfully, since I don't have devices, looking at my watch isn't a problem. Okay. Gonna trip all over everything. Right. Just kind of want to show everything off before I head out. All right. Wish I had a flashlight. Anyway, you can walk back to the park with me. I am going to hold that different. Just to relax my hand a bit. Pardon me. Thankfully, most of the trail is fairly smooth. The real question is, am I going to do this again on the next one? Or am I going to just kind of... Gross, spiderwebs, gross. Oh, interesting. I wonder where that runoff is coming from. Anyway. I don't know if I'm going to do a night hike tomorrow, or probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's probably when I'm going to try and do my next one, but I have 3 I'd like to do while I'm here. One other one is going to involve a hike. If I can manage it. I don't know if I'm good enough shape to do that hike. It's like a mile of switchbacks, so... It's surprisingly less creepy if I'm watching through the viewfinder. Yep. I've not yet built up what I have decided to call my paranormal investigative muscles. You know, your arms. And yes, they're moths. No, they're not spoopy orbs. It's not to diss on orbs. If I saw one, I'd let you know, but... And then I'd have to believe in orbs. And that would be weird. Moth, go away. No attacking. Right in the way. Rude. So, while we're traipsing along, again. God, I feel weird trying to raise my voice. I'm just going to keep it low, and that's going to have to be okay. I don't think it matters. Just because it feels like if there are spirits around of any type, how loud you speak to them seems like it wouldn't be super relevant. So, anyway, it's pretty cool. Oh, let's enjoy the creek at the moment. It's quite lovely. Just right there. Speaking of, switching hands. If there are any spirits of people, of the land, related to this beautiful, beautiful creek, in this beautiful forest, if you exist, and if you'd be interested in talking, I'm taking the slow walk back, so that I don't, find you. No offense. It's a beautiful place, but it is not my place. Only looking for good. Oh, hi. Here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Consent, buddy. Moth wanted to be YouTube famous, I guess, or whatever. So I can't actually tell if things are just looking effing weird or if they're actually working here. I guess you can see okay. Yeah, why not? I just don't want it to be just, here's darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. At some point you'll probably, well, if they come by, you might hear trains. And there are even lights up the hill. As we get further down, we'll actually get into areas where houses are visible. It's kind of a neat little spot. I'll walk down to the creek. This seems like an okay spot. Well, maybe. I don't know. Don't want to sit on that. Looks like I will get a whole lot of bark dust in my butt. We'll see. We'll see if we find a good spot to sit. Maybe on one of the bridges. That would be cool. Call it somewhere on the bridges. I'm trying to keep my noises consistent. That way, if we hear anything else, yep, if we hear anything else like that, although that was definitely critters, then we can listen back to that later. While we're here, if there are any nature spirits who use water to communicate, right? Well, if later I find that there's something understandable in that, awesome and thank you. Then if there isn't, awesome and thank you. That's quite the mound. That is a very large pile of tree roots. I mean, it's nothing like a redwood. Those are insane, and hopefully someday I will get to show those to everybody as well. I have been there. It's wonderful. Sorry, this part's really steep when you have no hands. But yeah, the redwoods are amazing. Oh, you're big. Nope, 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 keep going. Pass on by. I don't mind moths, but I've heard how loud moths come across on mics during paranormal investigations, and whew. It's kind of intense. You don't know that you'd actually hear anything paranormal over them. For anyone curious, it is in fact pitch black. You can see light above the tree line because I am in a heavily populated city, in a forest in a heavily populated city. However, it is very, very dark. But I am using my handy dandy cell phone flashlight. Or flash. What have you. So that I can see my feet. Otherwise, everything I'm seeing is what you're seeing. Okay, so we have a bridge up ahead. And this really cool seat. So I think we're going to take a couple minutes. wish I could show you guys the stars. Take my bag off. You know, my stomach hasn't been making enough noise, so I'm gonna have some water and some caffeine. And let's see if I can swing this. For anyone who's a Beardo fan, Rory here is protecting me tonight. So, I don't know. Apparently I create my own spoopy ghosts. So we're just gonna turn this back around. I don't actually know if you guys will see that, or if that is just something that comes up on the viewfinder for me. I'm gonna... actually going to turn off my light for a bit. I'm just gonna hang out and listen. See if anything wants to duck. Again, if Danford Balch or Mary Jane, Anna, or any of the other 9 children, if Mumford Stump the son-in-law who Danford murdered. If any of you would like to come talk, I'm here. You can talk about what happened. You can talk about what it was like living in the 1800s. Any spirits are welcome. Those of nature. There's a lot of moving water here. You're welcome to talk to me now. There's a chance that if you're too quiet, I may not hear you. If you speak in the water, I may not understand you right away. But you can speak into the thing that I'm holding, or the one that's making blink blinks with the little buzzy bits on the top of my shirt. And even if I can't hear you now, you can tell me about your lives, about your stories, your hopes and dreams, anything you'd like. What life was like, what things are like now. You can even just say hello. And if I can't hear you now, I apologize if you're talking, or if you do talk. And my ears are just not capable of hearing you yet. But I will be looking back over this and listening. And the little fuzzy thing on my shirt, on this thing that I'm holding, can both hear things that I cannot. And later, they can tell me, in their own way, what you said through your voice. You can even tell me if you'd like me to come back. And maybe I won't hear it right now, but I can hear it later. And I can come back. If there's a better place for me to be, for you to talk to me, for you to be better heard, you can tell me that. There's a place that helps make you stronger. I can go there. I saw a buck earlier. He was magnificent. Although it surprises people to learn it, because I am a cat, and a cat person. Deer are my spirit animal, and so that felt very lucky for me.
You're welcome to show yourself if you'd like as well. I know there are a lot of people that come here every day, and their animals. It's very loud and busy. And I suspect if they saw you, they would think nothing of it. They'd probably think it was just another one of fun. If they even noticed. Humans are very capable of being exceedingly oblivious. Right now. Oh, apologies, I'm fixing my pants while talking to you. They're trying to fall down. Oh, they're not too big. Right now, it's just us. So if you'd like to be seen or heard, that'd be great. Make myself happy. A little scared, but happy. Make other people happy. Possibly a little scared, but happy. That spot's really neat. They look like little stairs. You're welcome to walk along with me. Join me at any time. Until such time as I get in the car and take off. They're just wonderful. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a beautiful little bit of falls here. Probably further out. Wonderful, isn't it? Nothing else. Having a wonderful walk, and it's beautiful. And honestly, I don't like too big a crowd anyway, so this is really nice for me. For anybody watching this, my IR light is not going to last terribly much longer. So I'm hoping. Hello, little buddy. Can I see you on here? There you go. Hey, bud, how you doing? Don't worry. I don't think there's going to be a bunch of people here tonight. You should be safe to carry on your merry way. I'm very much hoping that I will make it the rest of the way down to the parking lot. I believe so, though. We've reached a point where things are very well maintained, as you can see here. Made some doggos playing in the water there earlier. If there are any spirits here, do you like dogs? This one was quite cute and very muddy after playing in the water. If you lived here once, did you own dogs? Or perhaps cats? if you're someone who lived here passed on. Do you get to see your animals still? That has always been one of my biggest questions. Switching hands. Because I have actually had one of my cats come visit me after she passed on. Just that same night, though. And just the one, but we had a bond that was unique. And I feel like that's possibly why she had the ability to come visit me. I hope that if there is an afterlife, that my kitties are happily living their best life. Or reincarnated, possibly into cats again. I can't really think of anything better. Cats really have the best lives, in my opinion. That is something I've always wanted to know. If we don't reincarnate, and if you know what happens, if you're living here, you may not, or you may. Have you encountered any of your pets? I cannot imagine an eternity without them. That was a doggo. Because again, we're now in a place where it's still very, very forest, but I can actually see lights up the hill now, off and on, possibly to houses. I don't quite recall when there were houses visible. How do these spirits feel about houses? About everything that's grown up around here, especially if you're a nature spirit. How do you feel about all the humanity? Excuse me. Yep, okay, I'm jumpy. Sorry, I hum and giggle when I'm nervous. Ugh, I just hope I don't run into spider webs. Really? That's right. There's a pipe here in the ground, and somebody took the time out of their day to graffiti the little pipe in the ground. They're nothing if not thorough. there's a reflective cone up ahead. There's a little spot that had a slide of some sort. That's really neat. I feel like that tree looks like it's flipping us the bird right now. Well, that's nature telling me to piss off. I am working on it. I just do not want to go sliding down into the creek. Yes, we have a bit of a slide here, so I'm going to take it carefully and slowly. People run this path. I'm impressed. Passed a few of them earlier, actually. During the day, on the way up. Okay. Worst case, if my IR light dies, I can turn on the big light, and we will do this by big light. But that is a little freaky for me. I mean, I feel kind of exposed already with my flashlight on. It's not like a exposed concern of spirits. I say this not as a challenge, but I've met some nasty ones. And so I am far less concerned about spirits out here. I'm gonna pass this lovely little bit. Oh, it's actually like a set of kind of graduated steps down to the water. That's really pretty. I think the plaque is on this side. Yes. There you go. Very nice. Oh, I didn't realize that was that long ago. Well, thank you to the McClay and Care families. This is a beautiful thing. It's very sweet of you. We are into paved space now. I believe that's the end of the section that is made to be handicap accessible. Sorry. I'm actually not an adrenaline junkie. I really think that's cool too. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't really go in the foresty bits, but I'm happy to brush this off in case I don't want to spread anything unwanted. Oof. Yep, it has stopped smelling like nature now. It's kind of surprising. Usually Portland smells pretty good, but it kind of smells like cars here. Oh, this is really neat. These lovely white flowers were all open earlier. I don't know if you can see them on the firelight, but and they've all closed up for the night. Good night, flowers. I think that, yeah. Even the ones that were very open are partly closed. And ahead, we have the bridge, which you probably can't see, and the park. So, and some bathrooms if I needed them, but I don't. So, we are going to stop there. I'll catch up with you guys later.